Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI, the show for leaders who want real results, not more noise. Join Emanuel Rose as he helps business builders turn AI from a confusing add-on into a practical advantage with clearer messaging, stronger trust, and smarter systems. If you felt a shift happening in real time, you're not imagining it. In the agentic pivot, Emanuel calls it the move from experimenting with AI to building with it, so it supports your team, your brand, and your growth. Let's get into it.
OpenAI shipped a new model this week, the best one they have ever made. And then they handed it to about 20 companies, not the public, not you. A short list shared with the government first. The rest of us have to wait. Here's what that tells you. The edge is moving. It used to be the model. Now it is who gets in the room and what they do with it once they are in it. Let's talk about that. Human in the loop. Wow. So the last time I trusted AI to generate an output that and then didn't monitor it, I had a bit of an issue. I just got done fixing a CRM that I created that was sending the final outreach email every hour to a group of people who had already received 4 other messages. And so I had the send rate had ballooned to over 10,000 emails had gone out as a final email. And that was not a good thing. And what I just had reinforced, I need to spend time every looking at AI agents and these creations and make sure that they are working according to plan and not just what they're doing. Welcome back to Emanuel Rose, and this is your Monday brief. One job here. I read the week so you don't have to, and I hate before lunch. So in AI news and why the big model launch should change how you think about access. My hot take on the AI trust problem and why backlash is not what people say it is. And the new companies and the money so you can see where this is going before your clients do. And a time-saving playbook you can run this week. So let's get to work. Week in AI news. Story 1, the big one. On June 26, OpenAI previewed a new family of models, GPT 5.6, Soul, Terra, and Luna. Soul is the flagship. Terra is the cheaper option. Luna is the fastest, low-cost one. Here's the part that matters. At the government's request, OpenAI started with a limited preview for a small group of about 20 partners. Names shared with the administration. Everyone else waits a few weeks. That's according to CNBC and VentureBeat. So read that as a marketer. The most capable tool ships first to a list. The advantage is no longer just the model. It is access and what you have built to use it. I have watched this pattern for over 30 years. Every new advantage starts scarce, and the people who win are the ones who are ready the day it opens up. So get ready now. Tighten your prompts, clean up your data, and decide what you would do with a better model the moment you can touch it. Story 2, OpenAI and Broadcom unveiled OpenAI's first custom chip on June 24. They call it jalapeno. It must be hot. They designed it and got it to manufacturing in about 9 months, which they say is one of the fastest chip cycles ever. That is from TechCrunch and CNBC. Why you care? When a company builds its own chip, it is trying to drop the cost of running AI. When their cost drops, hopefully the price you pay for AI tools should follow. Watch your invoices over the next year and do not lock into a long-term contract at today's prices. Story 3. On June 24, Anthropic sent a letter to a U.S. Senate committee. It accused Alibaba of running about 25,000 fake accounts and had about 28 million exchanges with Claude to copy its capabilities. Anthropic called it the largest known attack of its kind. That is from CNBC and Tom's Hardware. Now, the best part, those numbers have not been independently verified, and Alibaba denies it. But the direction is clear. The AI you depend on is now treated like a national asset. That means more rules, more verification, more friction in the tools you use. Plan for it. Do not build your whole shop on one provider that you cannot replace. Story 4, and this is good news. CNBC reported that the market is shifting from what that is the habit of throwing more and more compute at every problem. Buyers are moving per result, not raw power. Every market Here is my hot take, and some of you will push back, I hope. And that's good. More excitement about the first AI dropped 19% this year, down from about 50% 2 years ago. That is from the Typeform 2026 report. And research shows that when you label an ad as AI less, each words are identical to a human labeled version. Most use less AI. Differently, backlash is not anti-AI. It is anti-lazy AI. There are 2 ways to use this stuff. One is generative, the words and the images your customers actually see. The other is operational, the targeting, the timing, the analysis that your customer never sees. The trust penalty lives in the first one, lives in the second one. So here's a line I want you to keep. You use AI to decide, not do your talking for you. Every channel with AI sameness, the brand that keeps a human voice out front and an AI agent in the back wins by contrast. That is the math. The human does. New AI companies, 3 names. First, on June 24, the former CEO of Infidel, there was a $32 million seed round laid by Mayfield with a strategic check TechCrunch. What their AI services company around what they call reusable AI skills. Reusable AI skills. That is the model every agency owner should copy. Build the capability once, reuse it across every client, stop rebuilding the same thing from scratch on every project. That is how you get. Second, 25 with a $107 million seed from Arch Ventures and Red Cell. They work in enterprise AI and health. That is from the Tech Startups funding round. A 107 million seed for a first round. That tells you investors will still write giant checks when AI is aimed at one painful specific workflow. Specific beats broad, it always has. The narrower the problem you solve, the easier you are to fund, to sell, and to remember. Third, Sale Research. On June 25, it raised $80 million across seed and Series A at a $450 million valuation. Kleiner Perkins led the Series A. Sequoia led the seed. Also, startups roundup. When Kleiner and Sequoia fall into a brand new name in the same week, that's a signal. Tells you what the next platform is. You do not have to act on notice it because your clients will ask you about it in 6 months. The money. Let's follow the money because it tells part of the truth. Number 10, a 1.5 billion Series F on June 22, led by Altimeter Capital, Conviction, and Spark Capital, with Sands and Wellington as co-leads. The round valued them at 13 billion. That is from Crunchbase News and Business Wire. What do they do? AI inference. That is the plumbing that runs the AI tools behind the scenes. That the next time someone tells you it's apps, it's not. It's in the layer underneath. One is marketers. Apps for us raised more than on June 22, 7 billion valuation. The investors are Google, Meta, Unit, and Monaco, each taking a minority stake. Think about that. Four ad giants paid $1 billion to keep ad measurement neutral. That is how much who gets the credit for the sale is worth in the AI ad world. Attribution is not worked. You cannot defend your wins. Grok, so June 22, led by and Infinitum Cloud, and built inference chips from Grok and TechCrunch. That is the second $1 billion class bet on inference in 1 week. More capacity competing for your business means faster, cheaper AI in the tools you already pay for. Number 4, RunPod, $100 million Series A on June 25, led by Summit Partners at about a 1B valuation. They run a developer cloud for building and running AI from tech startup Roundup. Added up, more than $3 billion flowed this week, and most of it went to making AI cheaper to run. The cost of building your own AI tool keeps falling. That is, someday internal tool you keep talking about is closer than you think. New AI tools worth knowing. 2 tools launched this week that marketers should have on your radar. First, Hootsuite Wisdom. It launched June 24. It's a social-first AI agent built more than 50 and over 100 million monitored sources. It watches social signals, tracks brand sentiment, reads the intent, and drafts replies in your brand voice. Wow, that's from the Hootsuite newsroom. Hootsuite also reorganized everything into what they call Social OS. 4 products: publishing, customer care, employee advocacy, and social intelligence. All that under one agent layer. If you live in social all day, that is worth a look. Second, High Touch Lifecycle Studio, also from June 24. It takes a campaign from brief to live using agents. It builds production-ready content across email, text, and push, pulling from your assets, your product catalog, and your past campaigns, according to Business Wire and High Touch. The number that got my attention, their customer Thumbtack cut campaign production from weeks to days. That is the kind of time math that moves a project off the someday list and onto this quarter's plan. We'll use that idea in the playbook in a few minutes. Tools I use this week is one that I actually created. It's called Digital Pulse by SEM.com. Digital Pulse by SEM. Most marketing audits are one channel in a costume, padded with numbers nobody checked. Digital Pulse is built the other way. 15 modules, 1 pass, a verified report in your inbox in about 20 minutes. No sales call, no week-long wait. Every number is confirmed by a live web search and cited or flagged so you can check it yourself. 0 invented stats. GPT, Claude, and Google AI overview actually cite your brand and names that shows the exact numbers. Then it ranks yours with the tool, the price, and the steps. And it re-audits your site for free every month, so the score keeps your team. Run your Digital Pulse CM and find out where you actually stand better. Here is your time-saving playbook. Week, I'm calling it Agentic Campaign Assembly. The win is not AI writes my email. The win is this. The boring 80% of putting a campaign together disappears. You spend your hour in the audience. Step 1, pick one repeatable campaign, a welcome series, a re-engagement flow. Again, gather your raw material, past campaigns, build a project or a custom. Then have full material, email, text, your first draft, one sitting. In step 4, you edit the offer and the voice. You decide who gets it and when. Never ship the number. High Touch says Thumbtack took cancel from weeks to days across the board. 6 hours a week per HubSpot's 20. 6 hours. That spend it on thinking can do. So here is your take a campaign, you turn it into a reusable intern, build once, run it again and again. Strategic SOP is a simple platform for documenting and workflows your team keeps having to redo from memory owner or an operations leader. Try to scale without everything living in your head. That is who can take a look at strategic.com. If you got value today, do me a favor. One who needs it. It's on LinkedIn. I read them. Go with AI today, will you?
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emanuel on LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.